Hello, welcome to another Sonic Lab. We're taking a look at the GForce Halogen FM. And this is their first foray into a unique instrument. We know them from such classics as Mini Monster, Imposca, the Obi stuff. They've been doing that for a long time and doing it well. So this is the first time that we've actually seen them produce a unique instrument, and here it is. There's the interface. I quote, remove the barriers that have kept so many from exploring the raw expressive power of FM. Essentially, it's a 4-operator synth with a left and a right side. You can blend between them using the mix control. Here I'm using the controls on the Novation. I've got the map to Timbre, so this affects the mix between left and right. So if I play this, just take that up a bit, check the level. That's the right hand side, that's the left hand side, and then we got adjustments of the timbre. I'm also using aftertouch to affect this in this patch, but I don't have aftertouch on this keybed. What I'm doing is, if you see here, I'm using the excellent Bohm's MIDI translator to take the mod wheel and turn it into channel pressure, so that gives me this. And it does sound very lovely. The effects are a big part of it. You can see, as you can see, there's a reverb unit here which gives us the sort of full effect. So if I've got this mapped so I can turn up the... It is a lovely reverb unit, but it does add an awful lot to the sound. So just to let you know, I've also got some other things going on here. These patches, these are just taking a program change, single program change, and I'm using Bohm's MIDI controller, take program changes and sort of add one to them. So it allows me to have this plus or minus patch, because I've said it once before and I will say it again. I really, really, really would like to see GForce and many other synth manufacturers give us access to essentially the patch up, patch down control via MIDI controllers. Would be really good. So there's a few more features. As you can see, the middle is this, I don't know if it's called Spark. I guess it's the Halogen. I'm not quite sure, but it's a visualizer to show you what the patch is doing and the amount of modulation between. So obviously the teal line is the operator 1 and the violet line is operator 2. Let's try another patch. If I take the timbre and change these things, and then the mix between the two. So if I take the reverb off complete, it's got a repeating envelope, which is providing that kind of repeating sound. That's on both sides, and then there's one on this side, which is a faster envelope, and then between the two, bringing the effects up, makes it into this rather lush pad. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'll bring the filter up on the reverb just to sort of take that splash. We can damp it down quite a lot. Seems very good for these sort of atmospheric patches. Let's take a look and see who did this one. This is someone called Vulture Culture. Nice work. Let's try... I think I started with that one. This is more of your sort of maybe classic 80s FM vibe. Yeah, like that. Let's just go to this view for a second. And let's try some more. Ooh. Let's see who this one's by. 320 patches come with it. Oh, excellent. This by Manny Fernandez, who is a bit of a god in the FM world, has produced a lot of FM patches, is a real expert on it. So if he's been doing patches, a lot of them are going to be good. Let's see what that's like without the effects. Just So it seems like the strategy is for a lot of these is to have a very complex, harmonically complex sound, and then use the reverb to give it that additional atmosphere. What's this one? This is nice. Dave Spears, excellent. Nice to see Dave Spears doing some patches. And you can see when I add I think this is essentially the timbre. That reflects the kind of modulation around the center point. And we can modulate those with the mod envelope. Each side has a mod envelope that's repeatable, aftertouch and velocity. What's this one? This is using amplitude envelope on repeat. So let's see what happens if we adjust some of these. Maybe if we go to an init patch. I'll go there quickly. I've got one down at the bottom here. Let's go to an init patch. Let's listen to just the one. As we start, we've got that kind of just regular sine tone. We can set the initial frequency and then the ratio. I guess timbre is almost like feedback. But an interesting thing is if I come back down here, there's quite a nice distortion to it. Let's add a bit of effects to that. There's another really interesting aspect to this, and that is what they call the spark, because as well as this being kind of, you can get hands-on and tinker with as much as you like, you've also got the opportunity to, if I show you, use this feature here, which is a randomizer. So I've got this set up on the button on the controller, and this is just written, right, I don't know what this is going to sound like. Actually, not bad. Sort of distorted brass sound. That interesting low sound. And it names it, and we can save that if we wish as well. You can also you can randomize like the timbre with these buttons down here. These are all MIDI controllable as well. I've just set one up on this one. So let's just try another one. Quite like that. Let's give that a bit more. Maybe bring the... I'm guessing the timbre controls both of these. It would be nice to be able to see perhaps what it was doing on the UI, but some of them can be quite random. That's nice. Let's have a bit of... Again, let's have a bit more release on this. And it's interesting, even with just a reverb, we still can get... Watch the level on that. It gets a bit hot. So that's my random stuff. Let's just get more into some patch flippings. Where did I get to? Cosmosis, Dark Matter, Dubstation. I think we had that one. Oh, here we go. It's more of a traditional DX sound. It's not quite as thunderously bassy as some of the... Oh yeah, there we go. Let's mess with the timbre a bit. Yeah, I think the envelopes are perhaps not quite as snappy as some of the original DX, but we can get some really nice sound. See who this one's by. Another Dave Spears patch. Well done, Dave. This is, again, this is not the mod wheel, this is Aftertouch. I'm because this keyboard doesn't have Aftertouch, I'm using the mod wheel to map to it. It does also respond to poly Aftertouch, channel Aftertouch, and poly pitch bend, so you can use this with an MPE controller. Despite the simple controls, this has got to be Zardonic. Zardonic's been doing a few of these patches as well. Yeah, bit of good old wub. Also another one from Dave Spears. I like this. Surprisingly sort of analogy kind of timbres you can get out of it, which for a 4-op is pretty impressive. I bet you this is our... Oh, Robbie Piricelli. Hey, nice one, Robbie. I did mention I think there's 320 patches from sound designers. Oh, that's nice. Manny Fernandez again. They say this was inspired and modelled after a hidden gem in Japanese FM synthesis. Doesn't say what that is, but I'm guessing it must be true. Yeah, just quickly show, if you wanted to do any MIDI mapping, just throw this up, hit the edit, and then, you know, you do your usual stuff. You just click on it and then wiggle the controller, and that's what you get. So it's very easy to set all of that stuff up. Just close that down. Interesting. This one I know is Dave Spears. I think some of these 4-op FM patches are capable of some really nice orchestral vibes. Obviously, this would be really nice with that individual note MPE or poly aftertouch to bring the timbre out in some of those individually. Be very expressive. Got a bit of a Blue Nile vibe to that, and knowing Dave, I'm not surprised. I hope I'm right about that. Let's double check. Yeah, Dave, there he goes. Sort of classic. We can pan the individual operators left and right for some interesting... That's interesting. That's like a breath, and that's the pitch part. Again, some lovely... I'll take the timbre down on that one. Bit on the loud side, got to watch that. God, this is very loud. This one's very loud, and that's one thing. I mean, these patches are quite dynamic. Some of them are quite loud, some of them are not so loud. So just something to watch out for. The mono sound. Level up a bit of that. Oh, this is one I made. Maybe a bit too much. Oh, so this gives us a number of repeats. So if I was to do... Interesting. I'm bringing the timbre up on the mod wheel. Oh, I have to do filter mouth on that, I can't help myself. And then back to an init patch. If I then, actually let's do, see what, that is our init patch. So let's mess around with this a little bit more. We've also got ring mod. So you can see, you can get in and you can tweak, you could do as much as you like. It's an interesting synth. I mean, perhaps not sort of classically for those really plucky percussive sounds. Really nice for some interesting pads, particularly with that reverb. Lovely. Available for Intel and Apple Silicon native, standard application, standalone, which is what I'm running at the moment, audio unit, AAX, VST2, VST3, and it's available now, priced at 66 quid. Really nice, interesting addition to the GForce range, and something completely unique. And I have to say, yeah, with some lovely sounds. Thanks for watching. See you at the next one. Take care.